Ryan, the last time I saw you, I didn't really see you. It was through the fog in the semi-finals. How much of a disappointment was it, or was it a disappointment for Sligo to lose that night?
Yeah, of course it was a disappointment. Every day we go out, we want to win. St Mary's were the better team in the day. We've no complaints about that, so we don't. You were on about the fog there. It was difficult conditions, right? So it was. I remember I started corner forward that day, and I could barely see the goals at the other end. But they played the hooter that day. So to be fair to them, they probably had to try to get the game going. So listen, St Mary's deserved their victory that day. They went on to the final. And we wished them all the best, but no, we were very disappointed. We wanted to win the game, and we went out with an agenda to win the game, and unfortunately we couldn't do that.
How is the family affair going with your brother there and your dad in charge? Is that nice for you, or has it put a bit of pressure on you?
No, it's not so bad. Dad, he's a good enough manager, so he is.
He's all right.
He's not so bad. He's good enough record, I know. So he does. He comes up the road, so he does. We meet when he comes up early. We might meet myself and Mark for a cup of tea, buy us dinner. Student life it's not the easiest, so it's not so. No, listen, I'm enjoying working with Dad. I haven't really ever got to work with him beforehand, so I haven't as a manager. So listen, I'm enjoying it. I think Mark's the same, so it's all good.
Aidan Forker, St Mary's, disappointing not to win the Ryan Cup, or is that already behind you?
Yeah, we sort of had a bit of a meeting and a bit of a debrief after it, and sort of tried to take the positives out of it. Definitely disappointing. We were going to final, so you were going there to win. Had a few injuries and stuff that didn't help, but I think the better team won on the day. DC are a bit more physical than us, and back to the drawing board, I suppose, for the Sigerson.
John Heslin, UCD, you've been around the college a few years now, so you'll want to make a big impression. You'll want to go for the Sigerson this year.
Oh yeah, well, same as every year, we're going for the Sigerson, of course, but I started a PhD this year, so I'm there for another couple of years, and David Billings was happy to hear that, so we're going to go for it, alright, yeah.
So a mature student?
Well, it depends what your definition of mature is, but yeah, we're a mature student, yeah.
Graham Geraghty, the most mature of mature students, if I can put it that way, and you're playing Sigerson this year, is that right?
Yeah, I think this is our second year playing Sigerson now, and it's great for a small college like Blanchardstown, but unfortunately we were relegated in the league this year, so it's back down to Division 2 for us. But it's great for the college to be playing Sigerson one more year anyway. When
you say flair players, you have the likes of Ronnie O'Neill beside you there from Tyrone, and a star-studded team, as they say.
Well, there's plenty of good sides in the competition. Like ourselves, we've some good lads and some lads with inter-county experience. But so with the likes of St Mary's with Kevin McKiernan and Forker and DCU as well, of a star-studded team. So look, it's brilliant, and we're just looking forward to it.
And tell me a little bit about your team. We know the likes of Christy McHugh, and I mentioned Ronnie O'Neill. Yourself is new. Who else is new this year?
There's a couple of us new lads, but there's also the likes of Kieran Hughes and Matty Donnelly, and the lads came so close last year to winning out the competition, so they're determined to get back there again and put themselves back in the mix.
Can you give me a word on the other northern colleges? Queens, of course, have come so close, but not getting there the last 4 or 5 years. Jordanstown got to the final last year, and they've Cillian O'Connor in there now as well.
Oh yeah, they've really good pedigree, they always do, but I suppose if I come up against them, it's always makes for a good game, and as I say, we'll only take it one game at a time, and we'll only worry about ourselves, I suppose.
What's the team looking like this year?
Yeah, we've a lot of young lads in there. I was saying to Cormac Costello outside, we have a lot of young Dublin lads in, and like Brian Fenton and Conor Mullally. So yeah, they're all coming on good. Like last couple of years, DCU have kind of gotten a majority of the Dublin players, but this year we've gotten them, and we've a couple of older lads around that have been there the last couple of years as well. So hopefully we have the right combination to go on and push for the Sigerson.
Yeah, because you've come close the last couple of years. I mean, you're in the semi-final last year and lost out to Jordanstown.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, semi-final last year, and then the year it was in UCD as well, we were beaten in the semi-final as well. So yeah, the last couple of years we've been thereabouts, and as everyone knows, Sigerson's an awful hard competition to win. It's the strength in the panel that really makes a difference, especially with the weekend away. So hopefully now we'll have the panel to push for it.
In the league, we've had good performances. Owen and Mark's played well for us. The likes of Evan Regan, Stephen Cohen have all played well for us. You know, it's been good enough team performances so far in the league. We've had some very good performances, as you know, and then against St Mary's we were a bit disappointing. But listen, it's all trying to get it ready now for the FBD coming up, and then try to be 100% ready for the Sigerson.
And you can cope with the big teams. I mean, you played Jordanstown last year in Jordanstown, and you stayed with them for a long time. Yeah,
you know, we hadn't a bad side last year either, so we didn't. As I said, it's hard to cope with these big teams, but as I said, you just have to go out and do your best. We Jordanstown, again, they were the better team on the day, but we tried our best to stay with them, so we did. We were winning, I think, at half time, you know, but they go on Kieran Hughes and during the game they just did too many good players on the pitch for us to deal with. And listen, we give a good enough account of ourselves, but hopefully we can go one more this year and try to get a wee run in the Sigerson.
Were you impressed by DCU?
Yeah, I'm impressed. We played them in the league game in the sort of group stages. We knew we were up against that day, and we knew they were a sort of step above the other teams that we played. You know, not that we were comfortable in the other games, but you know, we knew we were up against DCU, and in the final they were even a step above that there. The physicality was quite impressive, and they knew our game plan, so they had a lot of work done that way, so they really counteracted us that way, and you know, it gave us a lot to think about.
It might be fair to put you in as dark horses. You're always thereabouts, and I mean, the last couple of years you only lost to the likes of UCC, who went on to win it.
Yeah, well, I'd say we're maybe dark horses. You know, everyone has a chance of winning it. This is a really tough competition to win, and it's all about on the day. And you know, you get a good draw, you could find yourself on a nice run, and you get to the weekend. You know, anything can happen.
Yeah, we played St Mary's, and yeah, they were a good side, and his lads outside were saying they're a bit of a small college and they've a bit of family bond about them, like, you know, so they're obviously going to be thereabouts. Jordanstown have a few lads in there this year as well, and DCU won the league, like, so you know, you can't, it's always thereabouts. But you didn't mention UCC, who won it last year, and you know, you can never forget about them. Like, there was no mention of them last year and they came out and win it, like, so I think they've won 3 the last 4 or something. You know, they're always thereabouts, like, so there's no strong competition. It's great competition to be involved in, and you know, it's a pleasure to be playing it.
You've come a long way. I mean, I saw you coaching them from the sideline in the last few years, maybe at UCD, I remember, and to be up in Sigerson is quite a jump. You're doing something right there. It's
a huge jump. As I said, we had a good bunch of players at that time, and you know, they were after beating a couple of Division 3 finals before I arrived, and you know, thankfully we won Division 2, and the trench, you know, 2 years ago, and you know, it was probably a lot of their lads, you know, their dream to play in Sigerson and play against some of the county players. And I don't think we really had a county player on any of those teams, but you know, lads that were pushing onto county panels. But you know, to play against, you know, players that would have been admiring over the years was, you know, it's probably a dream for a lot of them.
And where do you come in that whole mix then, and how do you feel about still playing Sigerson at your age, if you don't mind me saying? Yeah. So I'm with those young lads who are living the dream. That's
like, it's great for me, I suppose, to be still playing, but the only reason I'm playing is because we haven't the numbers, really. You know, if we had, you know, I gladly step down and you know, I suppose manage from the sideline, but you know, when you haven't got the numbers, you have to, you know, I suppose, throw your shoulders to the wheel, as the fella says. But you know, it's great, and if I can pass on some of my experience to the younger lads coming through, you know, that's, you know, it's good too as well. And what do you enjoy about playing at this particular level, at higher education level? Well, like, it was, suppose, when I was growing up, I'm playing county level. I didn't go to college, like, obviously, until a later age. So you know, to play, I suppose, Sigerson is the top level at college football, and you know, it's great to be able to get out there and enjoy it. I suppose that's the main thing, but to compete as well. But I know, you know, we probably will get it very hard to compete against some of the bigger teams. But you know, if we can, all you want is the lads to try their best, and you know, that's good enough for me. If they do that and lose, you know, that's all you want, really. And how do the other lads take to you? I'm sure you get a bit of stick from some of the 18 and 19-year-olds. Yeah, well, I think some of them are slagging me that I'm still older than some of their parents, but you know, it's all part of Gaelic football, a bit of banter as well, and you know, I think that's what brings a team together and gels a team together, is having fun and being able to give it as well as take it, you know, and that's, you know, it's all part of it, and you know, I can take it, and I give out probably more than I take, but you know, it's we're there to enjoy it, and that's what we do.